Last time on the dive shop, Jonny, Grace and Grace joined our Reef Buddy team as we continued with our marine conservation project work on Carriacou. Dean led a hike to Chapeau Car ahead of the rainy season starting, and we looked at the amazing results from our apex predator monitoring project too. This week on the dive shop, Jonny, Jackson, Jack and Olivia complete their Divemaster training. We all go deep diving on the troll, where we had one slight issue. Mark takes Jonny under his wing and he buys an XDeep Ghost BCD. Over the past 4 weeks, Jonny, Jackson, Jack and Olivia have been working with us towards their Divemaster certifications. For most of these guys, this has been a big ask as they only learned to dive this year. And they're all looking to try and get work in the industry. We wanted to ensure that they would stand out from the crowd with their capability and their understanding. It's been a tough 4 weeks for them, not just as they perfected their skills demonstrations, or performed rescue scenarios, but because we've had them guiding dives, learning sights, whilst trying to control each other in the water. Seriously, I think herding cats in the water would have been easier. They've done a fantastic job, and we're so proud to watch them develop and grow as dive leaders. And they seemed really well prepared for their final snorkel test. Jonny and Liv are planning on staying with us for a few more months, and Jackson plans to come back again in the new year. I'm sure we'll see plenty more of them in the near future.
1, 2, 3, go!
Last week, as the DMs completed their training and celebrated, they asked us if we could teach them to deep dive. Well, actually, Jack asked us, as he has a depth wish, and the others thought it'd be a good idea too. We had great fun getting the guys through their theory first, shallower dives, and then decided we would do the final qualifying dives on the troll wreck, dropping down to 37 meters. As Thursday arrived, the team loaded the boat. There was much excitement, especially from Jack. We were finally going to let these guys loose and be able to dive beyond 30 meters. Were we sure this was a good idea? It was windy. We had winds of 30 kilometers an hour, gusting at 45, and a fair bit of surface current. We knew there'd be current on the way down too, but with such a competent dive crew, we knew they'd be fine. Except, as we arrived on location at the troll, there were no floats, no buoys, and no sign of where the wreck was from the surface. This was about to be a much more challenging dive onto the wreck. Dean guided us using GPS to the exact spot above the wreck, and we decided to neg entry and free descend. If we dropped quickly, we would surely touch down on or near the troll. It's a big boat, and we'd be damn close. Not a chance. We dropped down from our negative entry and touched down into the barren wilderness that is locally known as Little Vietnam. At 38 meters, we saw nothing. No wreck, no fish, nothing. Not that it mattered. Jonny and Liv were knocked. And Mark tried to get a group video of all of us with a dive computer in shot. time to go back up. Did we need the wreck to make this an amazing dive? Nah, we loved it. So last year we reviewed the XDeep Ghost BCD, which has been supplied to us by a diver called Mark, who's been with us last year and is again here with us now. He's taken Jonny under his wing. This is Jonny. Say hello, Jonny.
Hello, Jonny.
And Jonny arrived with us to do his Divemaster program and arrived with what one could say was probably the most pathetic BCD I've ever seen. Jonny, describe for us your previous BCD.
Well, it was an extra small Scuba Pro T1, which I'd had since I was 10. Not the most size appropriate now. I'm 6'1" and 19.
Yes, it did look like he'd borrowed his very much younger sister's BCD, and it was way too small, with not sufficient lift to carry a bag of rice. Coming under Mark's wing, diving with Mark's XDeep Ghost, Jonny took the plunge and bought an XDeep Ghost. So let's have a little chat about your experience with the XDeep Ghost. So we know you were diving with the T1 before.
Yeah.
Apart from it being extra small, why do you want to change?
I needed something that was more suitable for pro use than the T1. Had a lot more D-rings, more storage space because the pockets were really small. Just something more suitable for the environment I'm now going into.
So why did you choose the XDeep Ghost? There are a lot of options out there. Why that one?
Well, I was looking at backplate and wings, so that sort of narrowed it down for me. But then I took Mark's out for a spin under the jetty and really liked the lightweightness of it, how comfortable it was in the water, and I jumped on it and bought one the next day.
And what's it been like switching from jacket style extra small to a backplate and wing that fits you?
Oh, really nice. Even if it just fit me, it would have been really nice, but the way it works underwater is just so much slicker, very more comfortable in the water.
And so it holds you in a nice trim horizontal position in the water. What about on the surface? Does it hold you nice and upright on the surface?
On the surface it can be a struggle. It does tend to push you forward or backward. But you get used to the balance of it, not having the BCD fully inflated.
And I suppose compared to your extra small, you don't need to have as much air in it.
No, I don't need it fully inflated just to keep my head bobbing above the surface anymore.
Cool. And for you, what do you think has been the best feature of the XDeep Ghost?
Best feature, probably the positioning on the weight pockets, at least for me, because I don't dive with a lot of weight, just sitting on the back of the hips. It's a really nice trim position.
And how much weight are you diving with?
Only 2 kilos.
Okay, so it is the square root bugger all.
Yeah.
And so they're sitting literally just behind the hips on the weight on the main belt area?
Yeah, on the main belt, but clipped into the wing, so they stay there.
And they also include some extra D-rings on there to make them even more utilitarian. And now the weight belts, the weight pouches, they are dumpable, but they are also quite an expensive optional extra.
Yeah, they're about $120 for the ones I went for, which are the mediums, which get 3 kilo in each side, is what you can fit in.
Perfect. And so if there's something about the XDeep that you would say you don't like as much, what would that be?
Biggest drawback would be the LPI, because it comes out from right in the middle of the back of the wing, and it's not any longer than a regular one. So you do, especially with oil inflation and deflating, it's a lot shorter, and you have to change the position of your body a lot more than you would with a regular BCD.
It's the wincing as the elements came down. Finally, would you recommend the XDeep Ghost BCD, and more importantly, who would you recommend it to?
I definitely would recommend it. It would be more for the travel-based diver, the divers who are going to lots of different places, or the pros who know they're going to be moving around fairly regularly for the next 5-10 years, however long they're going to have a BCD.
because it's a very robust, rugged BCD.
Yeah.
We rated it as probably the best travel BCD that we've encountered, not because of its lightweight, because it is light. It's only 2 point something kilos, but because it's absolutely solid. This thing will last a lifetime.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. Subscribe to get more of our content, and don't forget to ring the bell icon so you get notified of every video we post. And leave a thumbs up and comment down in the bottom. We'll try to get back to each and every comment. Again, guys, thanks for watching this video. See you